Uh, here's I'm turning down. I'm adjusting volume. Hey everyone! Hello, hello, hello. How are you all? I don't have my glasses on so I can see anything. I can see things. Don't worry about it. I just can't read detail at distance. Hello everyone. I would say good morning, but it's clearly good afternoon. How are you all? I hope you're doing well. I am Trooper SJP, and this is the Academic Foxhole. I'm a variety streamer who plays games that are story-heavy, or I suppose really whatever. But so far, we've done story-heavy games, and then maybe also in the future we will do whatever. I cannot say. I mean, I don't know. Uh, who knows? Anyway, and I am Trooper SJP on Twitch and on YouTube. Give me a follow if you like. I am Academic Foxhole on the Twitter. Give me a follow there if you like. And I hope... Oh, hey, there's some... Oh, you know what? I forgot. I can't see if y'all are talking to me at all. Let me turn you all on. And I don't mean that in a dirty way. I don't. Me and chat. Okay, so I'm in chat, so if you all are chatting with me, I can now see you. Anyway, what I want to tell you. So today is my Saturday stream. I stream on Thursdays and Saturdays. Thursdays at 6 p.m. Eastern Time, and Saturdays at noon Eastern Time. Late start today. I am sorry, but I'm still. You know, I went to Los Angeles like 2 weeks ago, and I have just not gotten myself back on a proper sleep schedule. I am working on it though, because it's a bunch of madness. But tomorrow I will be on a regular sleep. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. Anyway, so today we're playing the third part of Everybody's Gone to the Rapture. Everybody's Gone to Rapture, and which is a story game by the people who did Dear Esther, where you are a person. We don't know who that person is yet. We don't know, who is walking around this small town, and somebody said something, but I don't see your chat. Hold on a second. Let me go to the, no, that's, stay there for a second. Let me see. This is, no, that's Bon Jovi. That's Billy Joel. Laurie Anderson. What is this? No. I have so many tabs up. It is crazy. Sorry, let's go to Twitch TV. I'm going... Let me... Oh, hold on. Twitch TV /me. We're gonna go. So I was using the Twitch. No, that's fine. So many tabs up. It is crazy. All right. Now the question. All right. So I've now switched over to. Hey, Ice Bunny. How are you? Now I can see you. How is it going? So you know how chat is. Chat can be exciting. No, I just want the chat all the time. That's all I want. They won't give me what I want. It's fine. Don't. Let me look. No, here. Can I go here and have what I want? I should tell you what I want, what I really, really want. So, okay. Alright. Yes. Oh, you're doing so much better than last week? Oh, that is good. I am glad that you're doing so much better than last week. We should all be doing well. That is something that I appreciate. So, yay. And I don't know who else is hanging out, but I'm going to play this stream today, and then when I'm done, we're going to hop on over to Geekspace TV, who's doing a fundraiser, and that's going to be really good. Yay for the 90s. Yay for the 90s. Were you listening to 90s music today? Ice Bunny, was that what made you feel better? That there was Hadaway and maybe Ace of Base and More Ace of Base? Maybe Roxette? Early 90s? Late 90s? Are we talking Britney Spears, or are we talking Ace of Base? I mean, I'm just curious. Uh, what sort of 90s are we talking about? Let's continue. So we are playing Everybody's Gone to Rapture, a game where we are walking through an abandoned English town. Yeah, no, I was just singing the Spice Girls. That is true. I mean, if you want to know what I want, what I really want, I will tell you what I want, what I really want. I really want a Zigga Zigga. You know, a Zigga Zigga. I don't actually know what that means, but it's cool. So we are traveling, and we have, in this game, you kind of go through the stories of various people, and we've gone through. That is a spirit, or an alien, maybe. Memory. Oh, that's beautiful. And we are going to go and find out about Stephen. So where are we? We are here. Well, I don't know where all we're going to travel, but this should be the place. So everybody's disappeared in this town, and we do know that there was some sort of alien, and I'm seeing more chats than I'm seeing messages. Let me see what that's all about. Oop. So we're gonna see how this goes. I'm always so suspicious of this app. So it looks like there was some sort of alien, perhaps, that showed up and started taking over. People started dying. Oh, there it is. It looked like there are two astronomers, probably. Foley's, builders, and merchants. Little Tipworth. So maybe two astronomers who disagreed about what to do about this, who were married to each other. One of whom was having an affair on the other. So Kate, an American, she's a black American, and she's here in this little town with her husband who's from here. And she thought that I think there's a phone, that the alien just wanted to communicate, and he thought the alien was dangerous, and he was the one having an affair, and was trying to find some way to stop it. You know, what is this? I know that you are all talking, but I can't see what you're saying. We will see. Let me go back to the Twitch app. By the way, there's a phone going somewhere. Alright, so let's try going back to the app. Alright, so I'm a little congested, sorry. I'm in the Steam chat room, and let me see if this will happen. Okay, so I just made a message. I don't know if it will. Okay, so I just saw you, Ice Bunny. Alright. Hey, everyone. I don't... And so he wanted to somehow destroy it, and it looks like he got a government airstrike to come in, I suppose to kill everyone in the town that he grew up in. And But there are no bodies anywhere. We also know, however, that it looks like the people turn into ash after they go through their transformation process with this alien. Okay, there is a phone. Oh, and there's weights. Let's see what's here.
But why on earth are you there? Why aren't you calling from home?
It's hard to explain. I'm having to move around to follow it. When it finds a suitable host, it begins to amplify. Sorry, I'm not making much sense.
They're talking about flu and a quarantine on the radio, but this... I know you're not that kind of doctor, but it all just sounds really weird.
We don't know exactly what it is yet, but it's got something to do with the other night.
Stephen, your face, the mark, do you think you're infected?
It's not a disease, Lizzie. It's something else. There's something Kate said about patterns. I can't grasp it clearly yet.
Okay, come over. Have some lunch. We can talk properly. Have you spoken with Kate?
She's locked herself in the observatory. She's buried in the data. But it's already out here in the world. I need to see how it adapts.
How what adapts? Stephen, try to explain.
Time's up. Lizzie, listen. Be ready. I need to go. It's moving again. I'll call you later.
So, Stephen is following the alien to see what it's doing in the wild, whereas Kate is going through all the data they collected to see if she can try to figure out what's happening through the data. So you have this... listen to this music. So good. So this couple then has different ways of thinking about what to do about this threat. And please note, this story that we're doing right now is Stephen, who is the fifth of the six stories. And I assume that our last one will be Kate, where we'll learn what happens to her. And in each one of these things, we find out what happens to them. So, wait, did you hear that? Oh, look at the sky. All right, we should go in here because there's something here for us. I want to go out the back though. Sorry. You know, maybe there's something interesting. I'm hearing sounds. Things are getting strange. Things are getting strange, everyone. Something is really off. Ooh.
Do you think she'll like it?
She's in an awful state, Stephen. I don't think
It'll be an
she'll...
adventure. It'll mean putting down roots here, maybe a family.
Are you sure she wants children? What, to stay here? It's not her place, you know.
Don't start that again, please.
I mean, she's ambitious, love, and she's, well, older. She's not going to want to stay cooped up at home looking after the kids.
Is that how you felt about me?
Oh, stop it, Stephen. That's not what I meant, and you know it.
That's
I'm
Stephen's
just
mom.
saying you should make a choice. If it's a family you want, well, you know how much Lizzie wants a family.
Jesus, Mum, I didn't come here for marriage guidance. I
Oh
just
my
asked what you
gosh.
thought about a fucking house.
Stephen Appleton language.
Sorry, it's just that you have to understand. Kate is the most brilliant, extraordinary, wonderful person I've ever known. She's like no one else. The way she looks at things. It's like she has whole worlds inside her head. I don't think you or anyone really understands that.
Oh, so this was them. That was Stephen before he started cheating on his wife. This was Stephen when they were still, you know, still in love with each other. And even from the beginning, his mom wanted him to divorce his wife and get with Lizzie. Okay, so there was clearly just a comment in the chat, but it is not a comment that I saw. And that makes me less happy. Here, let's see. Hold on. You know what we're going to do? We're going to try... Because I want to see what everybody's saying. So let me quit out of all of my programs and then load up again, and we will see if that goes. So let's quit out of all of my programs. There we go. So let's see if that does something for us. If there's chat, I hope that we will see. If anyone is there who wants to give me a test for me, please say a thing, and then I can see if it is working. Ooh, thank you, Ice Bunny. I saw it. I know I'm missing exciting comments from people, and that makes me sad. Why were they in this house? Do you think that they... Oh, maybe they were... Maybe he was thinking about buying this house for them. Maybe they bought this house. Thank you for saying a thing, Ice Bunny. Thank you. Do you think this was the house that he bought for them? Which means that the other house that they were staying in that we saw was a rental? And maybe he didn't tell her that he wanted to move into the house? I don't know, but I will tell you what. Do you hear those sounds? I'm hearing all these electric sounds. Oh. It's no good, everyone. I think he was thinking about buying this house for them as a couple. Then he starts having this affair on her with his old... welcome fungus, I would not buy it. Okay, yeah, there was a lot of fungus in there, and maybe one shouldn't buy this one. That is fair. That is fair. I feel like there's probably some sort of mold. Okay, so it looks like nothing more here. We can move forward. So I don't know if I said, but this is Steven's story. Listen to this sound. Ooh. So, I wonder what happened. I mean, well, I suppose... Is Steven dead? We're gonna find out, I suppose. Okay, there's a radio here at the bus stop.
Physical changes are evident. Although the butterfly burn is now faded, I can clearly see the change in my pores up close. As I record these words, I can feel myself hearing them as if for the first time, as if I'm both speaker and listener simultaneously.
Ooh.
I am a scientist. I can only deal with the evidence I have. And this points in one simple direction. It's not in the observatory.
It's in her.
It's in me.
Hey, Baron Tor. So Kate thinks the alien is not in the observatory, but in her, which explains why she didn't leave the observatory, right? If she's thinking the alien is... Because you know Steven goes on and about how she won't leave the observatory while he's running around trying to figure out what's going on. If she has come to the conclusion that the alien is in her, that would explain why she didn't leave the observatory, because she didn't want to bring the alien outside. Whoever was here, by the way, we can see we have some children's drawings and a lot of napkins with blood on them and a Walkman and some luggage, which means it looks like there's maybe a family here who are waiting to maybe get out, but they're not getting out, and then they're gone. Because that's some luggage too. Oh. So that's great. It's not great. We can't get in here. So, okay, it looks like Kate is staying holed up because she might be becoming the alien. And the alien, or she's hosting the alien. The alien is hanging out in her body. Ooh, I don't know, everyone. Oh, it's the phone. I think we should go listen to the phone and then go back into that house. I do love how they draw you from one place to the other.
Kate? Kate, can you hear me? Listen, I'm trying to make things right. I've isolated myself. I'm in the old bunker at the substation. Just keep this band clear. If it's still alive, I'll try and check in every hour.
Oh.
Kate, I've convinced them to use the gas. I didn't know how else to stop it. I couldn't save them. Kate, it's in us, too. I've made arrangements for myself after the strike, after I finish the job. You need to think of that, too. I'm sorry. I'm sorry about it all.
Ooh. Hey, everyone. That is rough. That is rough. So, he, ordered the gas strike to do, I don't know, nerve gas or whatever it is, to murder everyone. And he's in a bunker at the substation. Ooh. Oh, I can't get in here. So, hey gang, I'm sorry by the way for the late start. I did not mean to. But I did. I'm sorry about that. I should be able to be in proper time next Saturday. Oh. That's so. Arrangement says it. Yeah, that's what I think. I think the arrangements were some form of suicide, so that, the alien wouldn't spread. All right. There's a phone though. The phone is probably inside this house. Oh, maybe it's not. No, I think it is. I think it's inside the house. Oh, this is so ominous, everybody. They're really amping up the tension musically. Okay. Here's a phone.
No phones, you know the protocol. That doesn't matter now. It's figured out how to circumvent the telecommunications blackout. What? I didn't think it could. Kate understood. She saw how adaptable it was. How smart. Jesus Christ, you're talking about it like it's alive. You have to assume that everyone here is infected. We can't know that. We're infected. It's killed all the birds, and now it's in us. It's trying to leave the valley any way it can. The quarantine is not enough. You've got to remove the carriers. You've got to cut off its energy source, its food. I've already told you, Stephen, I'm not going to order an airstrike. You have to. Now it knows we're onto it. It's going to keep on spreading as fast as it can. The quarantine and blackout will hold it in check. They've cut all of the phones out of the valley, so it's only you communicating out now. Are you listening? It's figured out ways around it. Radio waves, something. All of the lines are cut, but the phones are working anyway. You've done all the right things, but it's not enough. You've got to stop it before it adapts again. Stephen, my family, my wife and kids. You know perfectly well what you've got to do. I can't do it. Don't ask me to do it. You're asking me to sign their death warrant. My own family. Damn it, don't you think I'm aware of that? I'll still be here when you drop the fucking stuff. Don't you lecture me about sacrifice, you spineless little shit. If you're so full of ideas, you come here and try dealing with it.
Ooh.
Tell them the time when we had a choice is over. Tell them to do it. You've got to do it now.
By the way, did I say hi, Barontor? I think I did. I'm pretty sure I did. Hi, Barontor. It is good to see you. So, Stephen is really convinced that the only way to solve this problem is to kill everyone. I don't know if he's right or wrong. Kate thinks that she can fix it some other way. Oh, good. I'm glad. I wouldn't want to not say hi. I'm a little discombobulated today. I'm fine. I'm not like, it's nothing tragic. I'm just a little discombobulated, so I want to make sure that I said hi. What I think is interesting is that I actually don't know whose position... Thank you, I appreciate it. I don't know whose position is correct here, right? I don't know if Stephen is right ultimately, or if Kate is right, or if they both are, or if neither one of them is. I don't know that, actually. I don't know the answer to that question. Alright, so let's get out of this house. I do want to find out what happens to Stephen. Also, killing everyone, that's heavy. Alright, we could go out that way, but there was a way we didn't go here first that I thought we should check out. There's a little path down here, and it looks like it will take us to a new, some houses we weren't able to see. And so he said he was in a bunker in the substation. Oh. Did you hear that? Y'all, I want to tell you, the ambient sound in this game is phenomenal. And also creepy. Just for the record. And like, it sounds like it sounds like it could be wind, but then as you listen it sounds a little bit more electronic, which sort of then fits in really well with this particular alien. Let's go down this way and see what we find. Tipworth and Haverton. And now I'm hearing like slight whistles in the background. Oh, wait. Yep, I hear a phone. There's a phone out here. We can find out something. So, I wonder what this thing is. I mean, I assume it's an alien, right? Like some sort of alien life? I mean, I assume that's the case, but I don't know. Also, I have a question for you all. It's an observation. We're getting telephones from Stephen, but we're not getting a lot of those light memories. So far, it's mostly been telephones. And that one light memory we had was with Stephen and Wendy, and we know that Wendy's gone. Maybe Stephen's not dead. Maybe Stephen's still alive.
It's all over the valley. Don't you get that? This isn't some abstract thing. Whatever came down into the tower has got out. They've quarantined the whole valley.
It's right here in the observatory.
It's out in the world. It's adapting and spreading. Do you understand?
No, we can't turn it away. It's come too far.
Okay, people are disappearing. Shut it down now.
No.
Ooh.
If you won't help me, I'll do it on my own. I'm gonna route all the power back through Tower 6.
Kate!
Wait.
What's that?
It's trying to break through again.
Kate! Wait!
Do you think... Yeah, right. I think he's not dead. I think he's alive and in this bunker. Also, what if... Okay, here's a question. I just have a question. What if we, right now, are Kate? Or what if we are the alien? The alien in Kate? And we're wandering around because we're the alien? What if that's what's going on? I mean, I don't know. What if we're the alien? I'm traveling through all these places and... Oh, look how gorgeous this is. I love the little details with like the little light motes. I mean, they're doing such a good job of really getting this whole... Something's happening. My vision's getting a little black and white. Where are we? Okay. Little tip worth. Well, we're going to travel... Oh, it just got really light again. My sense of time, right? They're really messing with your sense of time in this game. Public footpath, but let's go this way. And then he gets a spaceship in the face for being a douche-hubby. Yeah, that's exactly what happens. He gets a spaceship in the face for being a douche-hubby. Well, I mean, I don't know if he actually gets a spaceship in the face. I really can't say. But maybe he does, because... Come on now. Okay. So he got... And he also got this gas attack. But here's the thing. There are no bodies hardly anywhere. So I don't know if the gas attack even... Oh, hey, Yachten Road. I know, I think we passed by this place. I don't know if the gas attack even worked, because was there even anyone left to gas when the ships came? Well, it looks like there were, though, actually. I'm thinking about it, because from some of the scenes we've seen, it looks as if, you know, Wendy saw and Frank saw the planes fly overhead. He deserves... Oh, he does. He does deserve one or two. So, I feel like we've been here. I'm going to walk out here, but then we're going to walk back in, because I feel like this is a place we've been, and I want to just check where we are on that map. We've totally been here. Yeah, this is Yachten Road, so we need to go back through, at least as far as I know. Let's see what we have. Oh. Yeah. We've been... Where are we? Right, okay. I knew it. Going back through. He deserves a spaceship to the face. One or two. So yeah, so here's the question. Are we the alien right now? Is that what is happening? Are we... Because I don't know who we are. I don't know if we're the alien, if we are a random person. But I'm not seeing a lot of... Okay, looks like a trough for animals. Oh yeah, this is where we have dead cows. This was the... Oh, we've been here. Wait. These are all the dead cows. So the cows are dead, but their bodies are still there and being touched by flies. Eaten... What... I have a weird question. What do flies eat? Like, you see them over, like... What do flies eat? I realize that I don't know, and it's kind of creeping me out right now. They're not carnivores, right? No. Are they? Do flies eat people? Or dead carcasses? Someone who's not me has got to know the answer to this question. Right? Flies use their saliva and sop up... Oh. Whatever they can get. Like... Do they eat dead bodies? Basically, their stomach acid comes out of their mouth and they dissolve what they can get. Does that... So that involves dead bodies. It's like, yeah. Oh, well... Well then, I see. So they do eat dead bodies. That is just the teensiest bit creepy, right? I actually think I am not where I need to be. I think we need to go back up. So, I just learned something. I learned that flies eat dead bodies. And I didn't know that. And now I can't unknow that. They lay their eggs in dead flesh. That's why maggots are actually good in a way. They can be used on humans to get rid of decaying flesh. Wait. Okay, hold on. Ignorance of science. Wait, are maggots flies? I thought maggots were worms. Maggots are baby flies? I thought maggots were some sort of worm creature. No? Where is Grissom from CIS when you need him? Well, that's a good question. That is a very good question. So, wait. Maggots are baby flies? I don't think I knew that. I think I thought they were... Maybe I'm thinking of larvae. Side note, this is clearly not where we need to be. I knew that people used maggots to get rid of decaying flesh, and then also leeches to, you know, blood draining situations. Which, that's pretty cool. But we're back here. Let me, look at our map again to see exactly where we are. Oh, maggots are fly larvae. Huh. Okay, so we actually are back in Appleton's farm. We're not on the edge. So we need to get back up this way. Huh. Wait a minute, though. Okay, sorry. Questions that I have, and now I need to ask them. I don't know why we're talking about flies, but... Or the lord thereof, the lord of the flies. I can't imagine that flies have a long life... Oh, there's a light. I can't imagine that flies have a... Something's going on. A long lifespan? Right, a lot of flies only last, mayflies, right? What is going on? Only live 14 days. Or something like that. So, how long are flies in maggot form? I imagine they can't be there very long, right? Maggots are baby flies, and he was a... I suppose we have to go this way? Look at all of these power lines, by the way. No.
Should I come here? This was a mistake.
What do you want me to say? You knew what you were getting into.
Really?
Okay, it's both of them.
Well, I'm sorry we don't measure up to your exacting standards, Dr. Collins. Maybe you just need to give us ordinary humans a break.
What? Ordinary humans like Lizzie Graves? Did you really think that I wouldn't find out? Frank told me. Or did you forget there's one person in this shithole who actually talks to me?
Kate, it was just a drink.
Don't bother, Stephen.
Oh, for Christ's sake. Kate, slow down.
You were engaged to her, Stephen. You nearly married her.
Oh, come on, it was just a drink.
Then why the hell did you lie to me about it?
Because I knew you'd be mad and then it would end up in a row. You wanted to focus on the event tonight.
Oh, so you were actually doing me a favor. Wow, I guess I just forgot to say thank you. Do not treat me like I'm an idiot.
You're overreacting. I know you're stressed.
Just don't.
Oh.
You keep away from me tonight. I'm not gonna let you ruin this for me.
Kate. Kate, come on, this is crazy.
Oh. Gang. That's... So, here's Kate, right? There's something over here we need to get a hold of. Who is clearly being isolated because nobody in the town talks to her. That can't be great. And how does that impact her judgment? Gang. That's why maggots are in your trash. Flies smelled it, gorged themselves, and laid eggs. What is the lifespan of a fly, though? How long do they live? How long do flies live? Your average housefly, I mean. Alright, I think there's a... Yeah, I'm hearing something in here. That was really rough. Seeing that argument was really rough. I feel badly for everybody involved. Oh. Seeing a relationship fall apart in your video game is a little rough. Maybe it's in here? No, I think it's in here. Here we go. Here's our radio.
Pressure in my eyes again. I can't move my legs, can't feel my face. When I collapsed, the light was waiting for me there. Caught me, lowered me here.
Oh.
Now it's pooling around my feet, watching me. The printers are spewing out page after page of zeros. It's frightened too. It'll be okay. It'll be fine. I'll look after you.
Ooh.
It's alone. It's scared. Oh, it's traveled so far. It's okay. I can help you. We can be together now.
Bad signs, my friend. Bad.
10 seconds to signal fusion. We can be together. 3 seconds. 2.
Oh, What do you think So clearly she's identifying with this alien creature because she too is like alone and isolated. She just had this big fight with her husband. So when she sees this thing is alive, she empathizes with it, and especially after she sort of realized her husband is cheating on her, this seems to be like maybe this is her, like she goes full force into embracing this alien. Oh my goodness. Because of the dead cows. Oh, they live for about a month. Huh. They live for about a month. Is that a long time or not a long time? For humans it seems like not a long time, but maybe for insects it is a long time. I don't know. Female flies... What? Okay. Barontor, nobody wanted to know that. Actually, I totally wanted to know that. Female flies lay about 500 eggs in their lives? Oh. What road are we on? Oh, station approach. I want to make sure... This is where the way we came, but I want to make sure that we didn't miss something. And I feel like we might have, actually. I feel like we have missed something. Because here's a little... Where are we at? Oh, I wonder if we've done this a bit of a loop. Because I don't recall that. Do you know what I mean? That is not a thing I recall. What is this? Public footpath. I want to get back to where I recognize, so that... Because we have not been in that building. But I feel like maybe we've been in those. And there's clearly something over there, which we will... Don't worry, we will check it out. Okay, so we went in this phone booth. So this is where we went on a walkabout that way. So that is all stuff we've done. 3 punches more for the douche. And 2 to 5 days according to Wiki. Oh. Hey, Jer, how are you doing? Just think of all the camping 80 years of crazy in 5 days. Oh. So, Jer, Kate and Steven had an argument the night before the event happened where she confronted him by saying that she knew that you know, he was spending time with Lizzie, and he was like, but it was just a drink, you're overreacting. And she's like, you were engaged to her, and and you lied to me about meeting her, so don't think I'm stupid. The flies have less than a week. And the Seventh Whistler pub, and we find out. She's like, "Do you think I wouldn't find out?" You know, Frank told me there is still one person in this town who talks to me, so she's clearly being shut out by the people of this town, and it looks like she's super identifying with the alien. I want you to know that I'm feeling more and more dread, actually, as this game goes on. Like, I just feel like something really bad is going to happen. Pub quiz. Curry and pint. That's nice.
You look well.
I don't. But thank you. You do.
This is their drink.
How are you settling in?
Nothing changes around here. I mean, it's great to be back. It still feels like home, I suppose. In a funny kind of way.
It's been a long time, Stephen. Last time you saw me, I could still walk properly.
You look pretty good to me.
Stop it.
Yeah,
For
stop
what it's
it.
worth, I'm sorry about how things worked out.
Or didn't.
Or didn't, right.
Do you think you made a mistake leaving?
Oh.
My mum tells me it's never too late to change things. To put things right.
Funny. It's just what she said to me the other day.
Because she wants you two back together.
I'm wondering what she meant by that.
That's embarrassing. Sorry.
Maybe I should go.
Why?
Stephen, we're both married. I don't think this is a good idea.
What
Yeah.
isn't? We're just two old friends having a drink, that's all.
No, you're not. You're not two old friends just having a drink. I saw how you were talking to her. That's so terrible. Oh my gosh. Oh. Face punches all around, everyone. Face punches all around. Steven is a liar. He's a liar. Yeah. And he's selfish. This is what I mean, right? That is so selfish. Thank you, Barontor. Also, I mean, here's the thing about this, right? Let's say I had a person that maybe I still sort of had feelings with from my past. Let's say I were Steven and I had a Lizzie in my life and I were married. I don't go and have a drink with Lizzie because you know that's, like, you know what you're doing. You don't do that. Like, that is not the choice you make unless you're being selfish. So, I mean, oh. Ooh. Drive carefully. Oh. We haven't gone this way. I don't know if there's actually anything here for us, but we can check. No, that's like... And he's not stupid, you know what I mean? Like, he knew what he was doing. And he was flirting with her the entire time? Oh, something's happening. I would not come near the town of my upbringing. Well, I mean, he clearly... He's clearly invested in his hometown. I think we've been here already. We've been here. This is fine. We've been to this house, so we're good. We can move on down. Right? Because we went through this. This is all the way we went. Yep. It was obvious enough that Kate seems to have realized, yeah, that's right. I mean, right. Also, I have to say something really seriously. His mom getting involved like that, and him not really telling her to back off, it's not good. Not good at all. That's what I would call bad. I mean, you know, Barantor, you just put your finger on it. He's selfish. Like, that is just really selfish behavior, and not... Also, I think about the ways in which Kate is isolated in this town, and he doesn't seem to care. Or he's not really... What is this? Oh, the flyers for the influenza quarantine. Oh. We're getting sounds, everyone. And I wonder how long it's taking us to get around Tipworth Road. Oh. Yeah, there it is. And, like, I know that Stephen had his paper turned down, but he brought Kate with him on this dream and then dumped her in an observatory as soon as he saw... Yeah. That is so harsh, Barantor, but I don't... I mean, yeah, he brings her to his hometown in the middle of nowhere and then doesn't really support her at all. She's alone and surrounded by reminders of his selfishness. Yeah, that's... None of that is good. Like, this is... Yeah. And I'm thinking about his ego a little bit, right? The ways in which he didn't get that paper published, and so...
I've never seen it.
They do, though.
You're overreacting.
Stephen, they stare at me. Yesterday I went into the village and this old woman just stopped in the middle of the street and stared at me like I had two heads.
Oh, don't be so melodramatic.
I'm like a walking freak show. Oh, this place, it's so insular. I just don't understand how you grew up here.
Well, I was very different then. And they're not so bad, really.
That's easy for you to say.
Just give it a bloody chance, Kate. This was the deal. A year here, and we could be in with a real shot at Lucia.
Stephen!
Oh, Christ, it's Lantham.
Stephen Appleton, I thought it was you. What's all this about a young wife? Oh. Hello.
Two heads, Stephen. Hi, I'm Kate.
Huh. Interesting. So this is interesting, right? Because it seems like now that the deal was they were going back to his hometown to work in that observatory for 1 year, and then they would go off to some bigger observatory, right? Some other space, it looks like they had a shot to get somewhere really important and exciting to them. But it also looks like, from that conversation where he was going to buy that house and they could settle down, that he was maybe thinking about going back on that, right? Like, actually not going off to the big observatory that they were excited about, staying there in this place where she does not at all feel welcome. And I don't know if he told her. Yeah, I think, yes, Barantor, I totally agree. I think it totally makes sense why she attached, right, to this entity. Hey, Esteni, how are you? I think everyone has gone to Rapture. Like, I mean, it totally makes sense why that she, in that state, attaches to the entity. Here?
Darling Stephen,
Oh, it's Lizzie.
I don't know if you'll ever listen to this. Maybe you've decided to stay with Kate, and I can't blame you for that. But I can't wait for you either. I've got to think about the baby.
Ooh, yeah, Lizzie is pregnant.
Well, I should have left a long time ago. I've run out of excuses for not leaving now.
I will tell you in a second.
I do love you, Stephen. And I hope you find peace one way or another. Oh, there's planes coming.
Oh no, that's how she dies. That's how she dies. Oh, that is rough. That is rough, people. Asteni, that's terrible. Hey Asteni, it is so good to see you. I am doing well. I am doing well. But she turned into dust mites. Do you... So, I'm doing well. I was a little discombobulated earlier. It was sort of like a late night. I slept through my alarm, so just a little discombobulated. But I'm feeling pretty good now. This music, huh? I know, it is so sad. Yeah, and there's... Greetings, Javai. Greetings. Yeah, there's her luggage right there. Oh, so, this is what you've missed. We're playing through Steven right now, and we're seeing sort of his process, and it looks like he and Kate came here for 1 year so they could get to the... Basically, it would be a good way for them to get to this bigger, more important observatory. But he also clearly decided, maybe without telling her, that he wanted to just stay here, which probably would not be great for either one of their careers. And then he's having this affair with Lizzie, who I'm pretty sure that Lizzie was pregnant with his kid. And she's in this town, and Kate, the wife, is in this town, and nobody talks to her. So she's super isolated. Her husband's cheating on her. And it looks like she and the alien bond, that she is sort of nurturing this alien in some way, or did, while Steven is convincing his army friend to call in an airstrike of nerve gas to kill everyone, and then so that there won't be any carriers for the being. That is sort of where we're at the moment. And they had this terrible fight.
They closed the tunnel.
There's no trains. I've put up a sign.
The tunnel, Howard. Is it closed?
I think so. I don't like it. It's not right at all.
Stop whining. It doesn't help anyone. Did you know you're bleeding?
Oh, it's this headache. It's just killing me. I haven't had a nosebleed like this since I was a kid.
But you've not been to the village?
No, I've been here the last couple of days, or at home. I've only spoken to Clive at the EMC on the phone. Well, tried to anyway, but with all the crossed lines...
But no direct contact with any other people?
No, no one. What are you talking about? What's going on?
It's the pattern. It's adapted again. It doesn't need direct contact to transfer. It's using the phones.
What do you mean, direct contact? Steven!
Oh, Steven! This is so distressing to me. So this entity is... Which way do you think we go? I don't think we've walked down this road yet. So this entity... So he's seeing this entity... spread, right, throughout this village and thinks it needs to be stopped. Whereas Kate is seeing this entity as something that maybe you should communicate with. This is so... I know, and I am worried. Alright, where are we? Oh. Hey, look, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Where are we? I do not see a... Actually, I think we've done... I don't know if we've done them all, but we've done a number of them. This is really interesting. I love how they kind of go along with male versus female styles of problem. I know, it's so interesting, right? But, and of course it's... And I think it's sort of fascinating because... there's a lot of interesting psychology here. Okay, we've been here. So, for example, here's Stephen, who goes off to become, who leaves his town, right? He's from this small little town. He leaves this small little town where he's from in order to, you know, I suppose be a geologist, which seems to me like something that a lot of people wouldn't necessarily understand, right? Like that, I think Lizzie said, like, I know you're not that kind of doctor, right? So he clearly got his PhD in, you know, something like astronomy or something, right? And that seems to be something that, okay, we have been here. Oh no, look. Something that I suppose people in this town, I bet there are probably not a lot of PhDs in this town. A lot of people didn't go to graduate school. Maybe a lot of people didn't go to college at all. And so here he is, leaving his town. He probably has sort of guilt about leaving.
Jesus, man, what have you done to your face?
It's nothing. You collecting feed? Looks like the supplies haven't been coming in.
Again?
This phone's real strange. I can't pinpoint the logic of transmission.
You what? What are you doing with that paint?
Means the EMC are actually moving at the proper speed. Listen, Frank. Have you heard anything on the radio about a flu outbreak?
Doesn't seem much like flu to me.
They're shutting down access to the valley to try and isolate it. No, there's something about the phones. I can't put my finger on it quite yet.
What are you talking about? Hey, I'm still talking to you. Where are you going?
It's also interesting how Stephen is, like, arguably not a good person, but he's still trying to save everyone. Yeah. Are we getting a bit Pierre Bourdieu? Sorry, I tend to butcher French. Yeah. Wait. I hear a phone. Right, like, I don't think Stephen is a good person, but he is still trying to save... I mean, I think it's really complicated, right? Like, I think he's dealing with various kinds of guilt. I mean, before we even get to this thing, before we even get to the affair, I think there's a phone there where I want to get to. I think he's dealing with guilt around leaving his home, and I'm sure it wasn't necessarily easy for him to go into this new world, right, as a person from a really small town, where nobody in his family or friends group really understands what he does. And then he makes this new life, right, as an astronomer. He marries this American woman, this American black woman. He does this whole difference, and that might be fine, but then when he goes back home and he sees, right, I think there's like perhaps the lure of provincialism. This is in no way excusing him, by the way.
Hello? Hello, is there anyone there? Can anyone hear me? Clive, it's Stephen Appleton. Are you there? Can you hear me? Over. Come on, Clive, where are you? Damn it. Kate, it's Stephen. I'm in Tower 6. Kate, are you there? Kate? Anyone? Hello? Can anyone hear me? This is Dr. Stephen Appleton broadcasting from within the quarantine zone. Can anybody hear me? Over. Oh, God, no. No. Fucking hell, no!
What is that? What? Oh. I think we can definitely talk about and try to understand his motivations without saying it's a justification. Yes, that's right. Yeah, I don't... yeah, thank you, Esteni, because I am in no way justifying any of his actions, but I think about the ways in which I think it was... I don't think that was an airstrike, Esteni. I don't think that's what that was, and that makes me concerned, because I don't know what that was. It did not sound like an airstrike. And I think about... So Barentor was saying that he was selfish, right? And I think that that's probably what a lot of that was, right? In the sense that, like, on this sort of, on a deeper, more profound level, he comes back, and I think he decides he wants to go back to the person that he was. I think, so, I mean, one of the first things we learn about him is that, this is the way we came in, right? One of the first things he learned about him is that his paper, he wrote this scientific paper, and it was rejected for publication. It did not get published. So maybe he's not as good Like, maybe, like, that his paper was rejected seems significant to me, right? He comes to this place, his old hometown. There's this lure of his old life with his first fiance and, like, his friends and his family, and his paper gets rejected. And I think he decides to give up on his life, which includes his wife, right? To go back to this sort of fantasy of the past where everything was simpler for him.
This is Catherine Collins, recording for posterity. It's all over. I don't know how long I've got. Whatever he did, whatever the planes were carrying, it's burning my lungs.
Oh.
Probably some kind of nerve agent. I suspect it's only exposure to the pattern that has kept me alive this long.
Wow.
I'm making my way to Tower 6. I'm going to fuse the signals from the optical array. I just hope I can make it.
Wow. Okay. So that airstrike happened and was killing her. He just... Oh my gosh. I don't... Was... Oh, cash register. What is... Oh, the gas station. I'm thinking about the ways in which it seems like there were people alive when those airstrikes happened. And, yeah. You want to know my thoughts about what part specifically? I have so many thoughts about this right now. So I'm thinking about, I feel like there's something quite tragic about Stephen's... Alright, so here's what I'm thinking, right? I'm thinking from what we know that this town of his is a kind of a conservative, insular place that is maybe not all that great. I mean, it is what it is, right? It's Mayberry or whatever, but that also means that if you are different, it's not so great for you. And I imagine in some ways he was different, but what I see is
You're
that...
a daft old bird walking all the way out here for it. You know Charlie would have dropped it off.
What, and have that stinking great lorry of his poisoning my birds? He shouldn't be driving it on these lanes. It's a hazard.
I think he was hoping he could have a word with you about Frank.
There's nothing to say.
Oh, listen, Wendy, they might all be scared of you, but that's not going to work with me. You're 68 years old. Grow up. Talk to Frank.
How dare you speak to me like that? Give me my bird feeder right now.
Promise me you'll drop by and see your brother.
Megan Holloway, give...
Not a chance. Promise me.
Ooh, they are brother
and
sister.
good, and you know it.
You are a shamelessly manipulative and difficult woman. It's no wonder Charlie adores you so much.
No wonder I do what?
No wonder you never finish what you start. I thought I told you to check the incoming stock orders. Wendy, one bird feeder for you. I'll tell Frank you'll stop by.
Oh!
Charlie, stop mooning around and stick the kettle on. Make yourself useful.
So, this is what I'm thinking. I'm thinking that Frank came from a kind of a conservative space, an insular space. He had these larger dreams about being a different kind of person, right? So he goes off, goes to college, which maybe he's a first-generation college student, I don't know. He goes and gets a PhD. He goes off in the world. He gets married to Kate, which is like this sort of symbol of his sort of growing cosmopolitanism and change from the way he was. And then he comes back home, and his paper gets rejected. And I think he decides to reject that progressive Stephen that could have been and embrace the old Stephen because it's comfortable, right? But in doing so, he isolates his wife and makes it even harder for her because he's no longer on her team, right? He chooses the old Stephen and the town over the new Stephen.
Appleton! What are you doing here? You thieving bastard. I knew it was you.
Listen, take everything you need. But then you have to leave. You don't understand. You can't be near me.
Painting his stupid little pictures. Stealing food. You always were a little prick.
Please, every second we're in proximity makes it worse. I'm a primary conduit.
You're a fucking disgrace. Come here.
Don't touch me. Get off.
What's going on?
Come in here. Lord,
Jesus,
get over
Sam.
us. Thinking you're so much better
Sam,
than the
leave
rest
him.
of us.
No physical
You and your
contact.
stupid fucking missus.
stop
She's
it.
better than any of you.
Sam?
Oh, what was that?
Meg, please.
Don't come near me.
Meg!
Charlie!
Meg, wait!
Don't touch me!
Meg, please, you have to understand, it was an accident! Get off her!
Let go, let's just go.
Charlie, you have to understand, it was an accident.
Just leave him. Leave him.
What have you done, Appleton, you bastard?
Come on, Charlie, let's just
Meg,
get out
Charlie,
of here.
please!
Ooh. Oh, that... Okay, that didn't look good. That looked bad. Oh, things are happening. Oh, gosh. Oh, gosh. No, the old is not comfy at all. Oof. So he still loved his wife. This is how he couldn't go back. Yeah. Also, at that point in time, it seems like he was already infected and something happened. Maybe he did, like, that didn't sound like he just punched this guy, right? It sounds like he... Something... Oh, no, wait, there's a hammer here. Did he hit him with the hammer? Oh my gosh. Did he just murder that guy with a hammer? It looked like he murdered that guy with a hammer. So he... Oh, gosh. So he murders this guy. But see, this is... Yeah. Maybe he meant for Lizzie to leave without him after this point, but she didn't make it away. They could have... Oh yeah, no, you're right, they could have fallen on him. Right, he could have pushed him away, right, pushed him away. The guy falls against this stack of heavy boxes made of cans, and the boxes fall on him. That could have happened. Yeah. Yeah. See, here's the thing. That guy, Sam, he said something that I think is actually quite important. He said, you think you're better than everybody, lording it over everybody, right? He said that. And I think that's actually quite significant to this whole situation, right? I think that... I imagine probably this is like a farm town, right? I imagine almost no one in this place has ever gone to college, or left even, right? Or even leaves the town. And I imagine that Stephen was probably always this kind of a nerd in some way. And always a little bit different. And I imagine... I don't know. I don't think we went over here. No, we did. Valley Farm Wholesalers. And I imagine, again, that he was probably... That was his bully. You know what I mean? Like, I imagine that was his bully. And I imagine that when he went off to go to college and then get a PhD, I imagine a lot of people, well, maybe not a lot of people, but I imagine there were people who were not at all supportive, right? Who thought he was putting on airs and that he shouldn't have done it, and, I'm hearing something. Oh, over there. What is that? Oh my gosh. Do you see that? It's traveling on the power lines. There's something... There's something with the power lines. Yeah. It's pretty gorgeous, also a little ominous. Well, okay. What do we have here? What do you... Ooh. Yeah, that's a lot of them. I mean, I don't know if it's a good idea to follow, but that's what we're gonna do. There's also a set of stairs we could look at next. I guess I don't find it ominous because it's over and I'm not convinced we're... Okay, I'm not convinced we're human either. I really am not. I'm not... I'm with you, Ascendi. I am not convinced we are human. But I also don't know what... I think this is where Steven was. I think this is where he was hiding. But I suppose what's ominous to me is this... It's kind of a... So here's the thing I will tell you. There is something ominous for me, but the ominousness, I think, is not about what will happen to us, but what happened to them. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's a funny thing. Like, there's an ominousness about the past. That sounds like what I have to deal with in real life, but I would not be such a behind to my boyfriend. That's probably because you were... Yeah. But here's the difference, right? Ice Bunny, you did not react in the same way that Steven reacted. You have sort of rejected the provincialism of your past, whereas it does not seem as if Steven did. Oh.
When I was a kid, my dad found a fox. It had been hit by a car and couldn't walk anymore. My mum went spare, of course. Made him keep it in the shed. He was already slipping away from us then. He spent hours with that fox, telling it all about Italy and the villages they bombed there. I was jealous, I think. That the fox got more of my dad than I did. But it was dying, that was clear. So one day, I snuck out, took it a sandwich for food. I was only 8. When it bit me, I remember the anger, the shock, the hurt. Running in, screaming from the garden. My mum panicking about rabies. My dad beat it to death with a spade. Later I found him crying. I'd done it, Ken's son. That's what he said. I'd done it, Ken, it was hurting you. That's just a poor, dumb, dying animal. It doesn't know it's hurting us. Christ help us, it's left the valley. It's everywhere now.
Whoa.
It's been 3 hours since the planes went over. I haven't been able to reach anyone on the shortwave. I'm beginning to think I may have made a terrible miscalculation.
Maybe you did. You can see all the calculations making on the walls. He seems to have been... Like, they start off very, very specific and rational, but then they start getting... I mean, look at that right there. That is not... Right, that is a different set of... Like, he goes from all that really small little text, really thoughtful, to these sort of large... large gestural sort of things. Yeah. So, this is the last one for him. So, here's the thing. He survived the nerve gas attack. Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Asceni, thank you. I was trying to find a good phrase, but they're kind of aggressive looking. And they start seeming to lose some of their logic. And I'm concerned about all of this. Also, he survived the attack, right? He survived the nerve attack, so... But I don't know if Kate did. Alright, this is our last one for him. Let's see if I can trigger it.
show me, don't you?
He's talking to it.
Well, there's no one left. Just me.
What if it's Kate?
You know what this is? What I'm gonna do? You want light? Fine. I'll give you light. After me, there's no one. You'll be all alone again. Forever. Like before.
What a jerk.
You've taken everyone I've ever loved from me. You've made me do things I never even thought I was capable of.
Ooh, you're projecting.
But if you think I'm coming with you... Kate? Wait. Stop. Kate.
Oh. Wait, is that Kate? What are we seeing right now? Where are we? I just walked into it, and now I don't know where we are.
This is Catherine Collins.
Oh.
I don't know if anyone will ever hear this. It's all over. I'm the only one left.
Oh. Well, this is the last one, everyone. This is Kate. Okay. Oh, alright. Yeah. Even then, he can't take responsibility. Okay, I've been waiting for this too. I know, I just got some chills. So, he dies in that bunker. He killed all of those people, everyone. Tower 1. We're going to Tower 6, everyone. Tower 2. Okay. We're gonna find out what happens. Does he end up being with her? Does he... Oh, is that butterfly real? I don't... That's a butterfly, but I don't know if it's a real butterfly. Yeah, I got some chills too. Tower 3. Okay, so there's a lot of work being done to try to figure things out here. Oh, look. But wait, do you think this is Steven? All the photographs of the thing. This sort of aurora borealis in the sky. He blames the light, but he kills everyone. Yes, Asteni. What was he trying to do? Obviously, infection or whatever, but we see Kate become the light. Is becoming light bad? We don't know. Is suffering and then becoming light bad, or is just transitioning to another state? This is true. I mean, I also, like, that projection, man. Like, oh, you made me do things. He didn't make you do things. Or she, the light, it. They didn't make you do things. You made some choices. You kept begging Clive to send nerve gas on everyone. Okay, so this is... They tend to be more green. So this is interesting because we have all of these, like something's trying to be worked out here in Tower 3. It doesn't look like we can get into Tower 3 though. You are responsible for your own choices and actions, yes, even if you may have been panicking because of aliens. Yes, and here's the thing about him, he's also responsible for his actions when he decided to have an affair with Lizzie. He's responsible for his actions when he decided not to be supportive of his wife when she was being treated creepily by the people in that town. Like, there are a lot of actions. I want to check Tower 1 and 2, if you don't mind. Because maybe we can do something there. Yeah, like there are a lot of choices that he made even before there were aliens, and he doesn't seem to want to take responsibility for any of the choices that he's made, and that is not something that is not an admirable quality. Let's put it that way. Oh.
On the plane, Stephen leaned across me and pointed out the window. Down there, he said. That's home. But all I saw were patches of color. I don't think until this moment that I understood that one could contain the other so completely.
Oh, that was them when they were still happy with each other, I think. Okay, look, dead bird. Who do you think is doing all of this? Who do you think this is, Stephen or Kate? All of the writing would be consistent with Stephen's behavior so far, but maybe Kate also writes all over the place. I don't know. She's supposed to be the brilliant one. So I don't know. Okay, we're gonna go through, ooh, see, this is the good question. This handwriting looks different to me, doesn't it? It looks looser. I think this will bring us up to 3. We'll walk up there. And we can always go back down to 2. Hey, Empress Pookie, how are you? I think at one point she said she was going to stay there and work it. Yes, that's right, she did. That's right. I remember hearing her say that, Barontor, where she said, you know what, we'll stay and work this all out. What Tower 3? We were here. Okay. How are you, Empress Pookie? Yeah. Now, we didn't trigger anything in this particular location, but, we will ponder it. Oh, I'm glad you're well. What are you doing? How's everything going? This is our last story, everyone. We're gonna see what we have in... We're trying to find out what's happened to Kate. But this... And we know that... See, the thing is, we know that she was here... Oh, wow. These are all the printers printing out this light pattern. Oh. This is sort of beautiful. Also a little obsessive.
I watched a butterfly dancing in a strip of sunlight. All of its life contained in a single day. The blink of an eye between the ebb of the darkening tide. Lying there with the pattern curled around me, I saw the inevitability. The necessity of presence born from absence. The constant unfolding.
Okay, I think all of these tapes are being made right before she transforms. Right? So I think she's already fused, maybe, with the entity. This is like a map of the stars. That is an old Commodore-looking computer. Yeah. This is very much a mystery, Empress Pookie. A mystery that... You know... So people were disappearing after bleeding a lot. But did they die? We're going to go over there, but I just want to check this one tower one more time to see if there's anything we missed, because I don't think we triggered anything here, and I want to just make sure we didn't miss something. So, I mean, did the creature kill anyone, or did he, or it, she, they, just... There's something here. Oh, there's a tape machine, all obvious like. I don't know what I was thinking.
I know it didn't mean to hurt any of them. I try and explain why Lizzie tried to leave with her child and why it was wrong to stop her.
Oh.
I try and explain that much of what it did was wrong. It shows me Stephen and Lizzie together.
Oh.
And I'm happy for them.
Oh.
Frank walks his fields with Mary. Wendy and Edward nest together in the orchards of their love. Jeremy lies at peace with his God at last. All of them are happy because they are together. I understand it better now. It is a collector of time. No butterflies.
Okay, wait. What? Oh. Wait. So is it giving people... What does death mean in this sense? Loss of life or loss of identity? Can you carry on as you if you become light? This is such a good question, Esteni. It seems as if it's a... Okay, so she says it's a collector of time. Butterfly collector is ominous because they killed them. But collector of time, if she sees them in these happier spaces... Yeah. Putting things behind glass and sticking pins on them, that is less good. But if she sees Stephen and Lizzie together, she's happy for them. What does that mean? Does she see them in the past? Is that what she sees? Does she see... Is it something that collects individuals for a whole? Do they become sort of one with some sort of larger thing? You're going to check out Tower 4, everyone. Tower 6 is where everything goes down. What does she mean that she sees them? Does she see them in the past? What about Lizzie and her baby? Yeah, it does feel like she has some sort of enlightenment.
I watched the pattern lean in and time slow to almost nothing.
Oh.
I saw the flame leap from Stephen's hand and the moment hang in the air forever. I watched his face. And in the last second, I almost believe he saw me. He wasn't frightened or angry. I remember his expression, just like I remember it from the first time, early that morning when he woke and, still half sleeping, said, "God, I love you." And I loved him as he entered the fire. And I let him go, knowing I wasn't ready to join him. We have held time to ourselves here in this place. Held the light to the ground because we were afraid of the coming dark. But now we understand that to cling to the light is not living. I've spent my life watching the illumination from a million dead stars reaching for me without grasping this meaning. The light we cast transcends our death. The pattern made by our living creates a bridge across the dark.
Oh. This music is beautiful. So, you know how in this game there's been a lot of strange speeding up and slowing down of time? What if that actually is not just an artistic choice, but that's something that's happening because of the light? Can light not bend time and space? I think she sees them as they are now, but they're together and that makes them happy, so she's happy. That makes sense, but I wonder about Stephen. Because time slowed down, and she said she saw them as he let go of the flame. Did he actually burn himself alive? I imagine he must have doused himself with gasoline or something. Did he... Was she able to... But she said she let him go. What does that mean? It's a lot of work. So I have some questions about what happened to Stephen exactly. Did he actually still leave at his own choice? Did he... Whoa. I don't think she saved him, yeah. But the pattern of his living, the light he cast still exists, it transcends him. That might be it. I don't think she was able to save him from his decision to kill himself. What is going on here? But that she allowed him his final choice, I suppose.
It reaches out from the shadow of the tower, across the observatory, over the valley, and consumes the world. Everything is light now. Everything has come to rest. The world is scored by the traces we carved into it. Our presence is everywhere. The bridge joining our stories. This world existed before we came to it, and it will continue without us. In the empty fields and houses, our traces radiate, and others will come to dance in the light we cast. We can slip away gently, unafraid, knowing that everything will continue.
What is this? Oh. She said she wasn't ready to join him. It sounds like she couldn't have saved him. Only... Yes, I agree with you, Esteni. That is what it sounds like to me as well. I imagine she was sitting here around all of these, seeing all the things. Well, we've got Tower 6 to go to. Oh, look. Some of them are still on. So, what does it mean for everything to continue on without us as we slip away? What does that mean? Clearly, there's something about the traces that we leave as beings in the world. Is there comfort in knowing everything else will continue around you when you don't? But I also wonder if we don't... Sorry, in the context of this game, is it true that we don't continue? Or is this continuance? Like, what is self in this moment, right? Are we our memories? Are we in all time and space? This is Tower 6. I suppose my question is, are we still alive? Well, this is... here we go, everyone. She says she's the only one left, so I think that is significant. She's the only one left. Does she mean in the world or in this valley? Here we go, see if we can trigger it. There. that's her.
The end is coming now. I'm not afraid. We have each other. We lived apart from them. We understand now our failure to touch, to belong. But it doesn't matter anymore. Everybody is gone, and we will join them. We are born apart, driftwood on the banks of an endless dark ocean, and we will be carried away by the swell soon enough. But in between, in the single day of living, that dancing in a strip of sunlight, we can find what we miss. The love that makes us whole. The imminence. Everybody found their other. This pattern is mine.
Oh. Wow. Okay. It's got me tearied again. Sorry, I'm crying a little bit. That's very moving. Yeah. So it feels like, and this is, like I have to think about this more clearly. Pardon me. But I think it seems to imply that maybe we were always supposed to join with those lights, right? That, oh, thank you for that, Esteni. Thank you. I wonder if this is about the ways in which we humans were cut off from this other thing in the universe, and we were always supposed to be part of it, and finally we now are, like it has come for us and now we have joined them, and that now we are part of some sort of galactic unity, and we have I imagine all of humanity now, right, has transcended into this larger connection. But yet, even though we now join this larger thing, the trace of us, like she said, that one thing that, like, in that single day is all of life. Whew. And so that maybe there's this right, this sort of like perfect moment of ourselves still existing, right, as a trace, but it seems as if we still actually we are sort of alive in this sort of memory of a moment. Ooh. I can't read with my glasses on. Meant to be interesting, though, because it defies agency. You have no choice but to be consumed. This is true, right? We don't actually have a choice in this matter. Consumed or rejoined. That's right, it seems as if we're being rejoined. And it's funny, because I think about you have no choice but to be, let's use Barentor's word, brought back. So you have no choice but to be brought back, to be rejoined. But we also don't have choice to grow. Do you know what I mean? Like we get older, and we don't have a choice about that. Like, we lose our baby teeth. Our wisdom teeth come in. Like, there are all these things about our lives, about our physical beings that we don't control. And I wonder if this is sort of like that, right? That we brought back. What if this is just part of a larger growth that is not something you choose or don't choose, right? You just are, right? You just sort of become. Whew. This reminds me of the very religious school I had to go to as a kid. We are all just shells, and our souls are kind of on borrow till we go to heaven. The light does feel like it has agency. I wonder if it's like a reverse Lovecraftian thing, right? Where, because it feels as if this transformation was not a negative one, right? Because, you know, in Lovecraft, Cthulhu will wake and just consume us all eventually, or Yog-Sothoth, or Azathoth, but that's bad, right? But what if there is a larger transcendence that will then come, whether we want to or not, like it will just happen? I also think about that sort of interesting moment where she said, I tried to explain to it that it was wrong to stop Lizzie and the baby from leaving, but then by the end of that conversation she seemed to have a different, maybe she realizes that it wasn't actually killing them, and that maybe agency was not even the issue at that moment. I don't even know though. Now, so now I don't want to play the game again, but I want someone else to play it again and to stream it, and for me to watch them play it. That's what I want. There are some folks that say that hell is a manifestation of our desire not to die. Oh, that's interesting. Wrong to stop Lizzie and the baby from leaving, and then the light shows her Lizzie and Steven. That's right, and then the light shows her Lizzie and Steven, and then they're happy. And so she's happy for them. So maybe there's a way in which what we're getting is her process of letting go, of learning. Like, Asteni, I think it was you who said earlier that she seems to gain sort of transcendence or enlightenment, right? So maybe she's in the process of becoming enlightened to what is actually happening in the universe. And so this sort of thinking about fear, right? This thing about fear. What if the fear and loneliness and all of that she feels in the light, actually the light doesn't feel any of that. Those were all her projections of self, right? What if that fear, that loneliness, that isolation, all of that she sees in the light is actually just her projections, and this process of her working with the light is her means of is a process of enlightenment where then she lets go of the loneliness and the fear and the isolation. Time seems to be a really big thing, especially since that whole last sequence with Steven was one instant, one moment, right? And the entire game, we are moving through time in these sort of complicated ways where, like, time is speeding up and slowing down. And she said that thing. She said that that our etches will still be here, and people will come, and then they will dance in our light, right? That seems to be important. It makes me wonder if part of it is the thought that maybe humans are the only things that conceptualize that, or something like that. Also, it's interesting to think that the light's collecting everyone's time is a good thing, because butterfly collectors display and preserve only the beauty of the butterfly, but not the life or experience or agency. Right. Yeah. So what does it mean? Okay, so thinking about, I do love this song, this is really good. So thinking about this idea that we're being preserved, right, our time, because it's collecting time, and the butterfly. If we are held in stasis, in connection with someone else in a happy moment forever, is that not also a life? I wonder what the Japanese voice cast is like. I wonder what is life in those, what is life? What is life in those moments? The butterfly is dead, but it's still pretty to look at, so the people are gone, but we can still watch their traces of life, and that's supposed to be beautiful? Are we the beings... But what... Are we the beings that are supposed to be viewing the collection? Was our experience the one that Kate was speaking of? But here's the... What if... Oh, we just got a trophy, the end. But what if we are not... What if we are not outside looking at the butterflies frozen? What if we are inside and we are the butterflies and we are having endless joy? What if that's what's happening? Because I don't know. I don't think we experience anything. We're gone and only our traces remain. Unless we are so... I don't know. But then, the thing is, she goes to join the light, right? What if then, once she goes, it's... I don't know if she ceases to remain, or if she remains just like everyone else in perpetuity. Being with God is being surrounded by pure joy. Right? And this is called Everybody's Gone to Rapture, right? So, if this is called Everybody's Gone to Rapture, I imagine what we get this is sort of like an idea of everyone transcending into leaving the kind of life that we know and then only being, I don't know, angels? Spirits? Lights? Yeah. Right? There are heavy religious themes and ideas in this game. And so is then Rapture becoming one with the universe, or is Rapture... sorry, I don't know if any of you ever watched Twilight Zone: The Outer Limits. There was one episode, I was going to say issue, there was one episode of the Twilight Zone, I think it was the Twilight Zone, might have been The Outer Limits, Willoughby, where there is this guy, he's this businessman, and he commutes to work on the train every day, and he's on the train, and I think he has this kind of hectic life, and then this train character walks by, and he's like, Willoughby, like, there's this stop called Willoughby, which he doesn't know, and he gets off, and it's this real sort of beautiful, quaint, sort of rural sort of town where everybody's happy and sort of hangs out. I think there might be kids involved, and it's this beautiful space where he's got to go back to work, so he leaves. And I think in the end, I think he maybe drowns himself in a swimming pool so that he can be in Willoughby forever. So he's dead, but then we see him in Willoughby just sort of in this sort of stasis of happiness. Is this the kind of concept we're talking about? That we shed this body to move into a sort of an endless state of being with the one person you're meant to be with, whatever that might mean? So, because the thing is, they're not alone, right? I think they're trying to emphasize that the people are not alone. Yeah. Oh, Barrington, you remember that episode? Yes. So, like, I wonder about this sort of this emphasis of not being alone, but being together with others, being joined in something larger. Barrington's right. There's something about time that is really important. That makes me think of The Matrix, weirdly. No, I totally see it. I totally see that too. I also wonder who we are. I think we must be Kate. I wonder if we're Kate. I think he jumps off a bridge at the end to try to get back to Willoughby. Yeah, that's right. Since the conductor tells him when he asks that he doesn't know what he's talking... That's right, I think that's exactly right. Because he did some sort of suicide thing to get back to Willoughby. Maybe we just transform into a dimension living can't exist and then stay in the same place. Right, if you have access to all of time, the past... Oh, hold on, I want to get back to that thought for a moment. how they made the Matrix originally as a paradise, but people rejected it because they couldn't accept it as real. Yeah, I don't think we're Kate. I think we're something else. I think you're right, Esteni. But I was thinking about one other thing about living. Sorry, we're getting super philosophical here for a moment. The things that we're experiencing as we go through the game are not linear, right? We experience some things that happen when they first arrive, and then something happens near the end, then something in the middle, then something early. Like, the linearity of time is not happening as we walk through this game. So if we transcend time, and we are always already in the beginning, middle, and end, and the beginning and middle and end are all the same, so we're always in all times at once, that must really do a number on our concept of living. Like, for us, living is linear. We grow, we move through time, we get older, then we die, right? There's like a beginning, a middle, and end to our life, and we know it because we mark it by days. We're like, oh, I passed this day, it's been so many years, it's my birthday. Everything is about this sort of markers of time. But if you don't experience time linearly, if you don't experience time, then maybe our whole concept of life is different. If you are existing in the infinite, then maybe you didn't actually die at all, right? It's just a form of existence we can't imagine. I think we are one of the observers able to see all the memories and time at once at our leisure. Oh no, that's interesting. So many thoughts. It's awesome though, yes. We're a butterfly collector, exactly. God is the Alpha and the Omega. Maybe we're in fact the God being it hints at. Maybe we are the God being it hints at. What if... Yeah. I just have this question about the butterfly collector. And is it though others come to look and observe, but we are not the others? Or are we also the others? Have we become the others, right? Have we transcended into the state of the other, the being, so that now we can move through all time and space and see the traces of all beings? This needs a second playthrough, everybody. But we have no evidence that we were anything but the other. Well, you know what's interesting, though? We have no evidence we were anything but the other, except that in the end, we know that Kate joins with the pattern. So we know at least there is one joining. We know that the butterfly lives only a short while, but the butterfly doesn't. Maybe this is what it's hinting. Ooh, that's really good, Barantor. Oh, that's really good. Butterflies have this really short life, but they don't know it, but we know it. Right. Oh, are the people all of... Are we to the light as the butterflies are to us? But yet we can join with them, right? Because she becomes one with this pattern. Oh. Oh my goodness. Okay. I should call it. We can't just sit here forever talking about this. We could. So here's, so when it's saying butterfly collector, it's not so much about collections as husks, but memories. I think that's true. Oh, that's interesting. Which might make sense about why the light didn't necessarily understand that it was causing us trauma with all of the bleeding and then the sort of turning into light. Yeah, I could talk about this for a really long time too. I could talk about this for such a long time. But are people insignificant to the light? But the people become the light, right? That's the thing that I think is interesting, that because you're bleeding and then people become the light. So there seems to be a merging of the people with the light in some kind of a way. And so rather than being insignificant, you then become everything. Right? Okay, so this game is like 8 hours. You could probably do it faster than that. We did 3 streams total, and you could probably do this in less than 8 hours if you are a little bit less wandery than I am. Maybe that's what it is, Esteni, that the human body is insignificant. That's the part that is insignificant. But then, right, the soul, the light, that is the significant part. But by being in our bodies, we are disconnected, right? Maybe being in our bodies does not enable us to... Because she said that we don't see the bridges, right, between the lights, right? That we're here, we look at the stars, and we see the light, and we don't realize that there's actually a bridge in the darkness. So what if the body is what is holding us back from being able to connect to the all, right? To the all. And then by shedding our bodies, we were able to then connect, right, to this larger, your spirit. Maybe it is just a pupa shell for infinity. You know, in German, sort of outer space, the word is alle, which is sort of like all, everything. So that's interesting to think of space as everything, as all. Yeah, Stephen ordering the airstrike and then regretting it. Did he regret it because he realized that it had already left the village and so there was no point? That people didn't need to actually die in that way because it was too late? Or did he get some sort of transcendence? I don't think he did. I don't think he got the transcendence until the very last moment. Yeah. Why did he regret it when he blames the light for taking everything from him? I think he was so blinded, right? By a lot of things. But I think in that very last moment, he might have seen Kate when the light came. Yeah, he thought he had control, then realized that he had no control. Yeah. And that he spent a lot of time doing all of this stuff to try to keep control, and then it just didn't... Maybe it just didn't even matter in that moment. Because that's not what it's about. Okay. Here's what I'm thinking. This is what I'm thinking. I think this is one of those games that needs a second playthrough. So that you can, now knowing the end, you can go back and see it right through and get different things out of it. I don't think he got transcendence at all. I think he just saw Kate in the light. He realized what she was trying to do worked, and then wanted to take a step back, but it was too late. Oh, Esteni, I think that's probably good. Although she does say that she sees Stephen and Lizzie happy together at the end. So I don't think that he got transcendence in his mortal body. I agree with you, Esteni, that in his mortal body, I don't think he ever got it. But I wonder what happens after he becomes light. Does he get it then? Does he get it then? So this is my charge. I have a charge. I would like some of you all to play the game, and so then I can watch it. She sees them happy together, but is that just a trace? Lights are just echoes of dead stars. Yes. Yes. Reconnect. Yeah. But, wait. Lights are just traces of dead stars. That's a human way of thinking about it. She says that we couldn't see the connections. So, what if it actually... what if those stars are not dead? What if those lights are still living? Yeah. So here's my request. If any one of you wants to stream this game, please tell me, and I will watch you play the entire thing so that we get it a second time through to get more insight so that then, there can be a round table about it. What is life and death? What is life and death? Okay, so somebody play it. Somebody play the game so that I can watch it a second time and then have a round table about it, because I feel like there needs to be long discussions about the meaning of life in this game. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Hey everyone. I'm Trooper SJP, and this is the Academic Foxhole. Oh! Thanks! Yeah! It's my ogre shirt! I got it for being a Kickstarter, and I love it too! And I love that it's a bold red with a yellow. That's exciting. I feel like too often it's a lot of blues and blacks, you know what I mean? Just like a little bit more of an exciting color. Because I have a lot of my t-shirts are not exciting. I mean, they're exciting, you know what I mean. But I want more vibrant color in my life, is what I've decided. Thank you so much for the stream. It was great. I love talking about this kind of stuff with you guys. Me too. Esteni, if you decide to stream it, let me know and I will watch. Or Barantor, if you decide to stream it, let me know and I will watch. Anyone who wants to stream it, tell me, and I will watch the entire stream with you all. And hopefully live, VOD if not, but hopefully live, because I want to watch it again and then talk about it more. I think I need another watch through so that I can talk more about it, because I know I love this ending. It didn't try to answer everything. It really left things open in this really exciting way. So again, if somebody's going to stream it, tell me, and I will watch it, and then we'll have an after-action report where we'll talk about it some more. Because this game is really, really interesting. And the music is amazing! The sound design is amazing. It's visually stunning. And I feel like there are all these little details. One of the reasons why I want to watch it again is because I want it to go through I want to experience it again, being aware of the ways in which time is important. And I think that sort of paying attention to when time speeds up and slows down, I think that will be important. And sort of coming through, like, there are things that I want to revisit now that I've gotten to the end to help me sort of give me more to chew on. And the artwork, oh, the artwork is so good. Yeah, I mean, it's so good. Oh, sorry. I know I'm signing off, right? But I'm just thinking about one thing, and I don't have my phone on me, but I wrote it down. All of the clocks are stopped at one time. They're all it's 6:06, right? So it seems as if time has stopped at this one moment, even though things seem to be speeding up or slowing down, and we see conversations in real time. The entire world seems to be frozen at this one time and one day. That seems to me significant as well. And is that moment when Kate transcends? Maybe it does. Maybe it does. Maybe time does stop for us when we die. Okay, somebody play the game. Somebody stream it. Let me know so I can watch. But if time is frozen, how can we listen to tape recordings? Right, but this is the thing that's really interesting, because I don't know where we're existing. Right? And I was thinking about the fact that the cigarettes are still smoking, no matter how long it takes. And I'm wondering about what does it mean for time to be frozen? What if when time is frozen, it's not frozen like pausing a VHS tape, but a continuously living, breathing thing that stays in that moment because it is all time? If it is all moments, if you are all moments, then maybe you're also only one moment. Yeah, okay. Eyes Splitting Now has goosebumps. Hey, this entire game I mean, I have gotten teary-eyed, and then at the very end I cried. This game has given me so many goosebumps and feelings throughout the entire experience in ways that are hard to explain. Because sometimes it wasn't just it wasn't about being sad necessarily. Sometimes it was. But sometimes, like, for me, all of those feelings that I've been having, those, like, really intense feelings in this game, have been about a sort of enormity of humanity, if that makes any sense. It's also interesting because Stephen lives for days after the bombs kill everyone, but the cigars are still smoking exactly. And yes, that's right. So there's something about time, right? There's a real slippage in time that I think is interesting. Like, so for me, there's something really... I mean, this game... Sorry, I know I'm signing off. I know I am. Don't worry, I'm totally signing off. There's something about this game as a love letter to humanity in its beauty and its messiness, right? We get just these people's lives, right? Their everyday quotidian lives. Like, they're going to pick up a bird feeder. They're, like, the death of Frank's wife and how he couldn't be there because he was too sad. A children's play. A young couple in love. I mean, all these, like, these little things, right, that are just sort of humanity. Yes, the good and the bad, the tragedy, triumph, boring, exciting. And there's something, and I was thinking, I'm not apologizing. Thinking about this for a moment, so many video games are about explosions, right? They're about this sort of epicness, but they're not really about people. Some games are, but a lot of games aren't really about people and their lives. And this game's about people and their lives, and Stephen cheating on Kate, and Kate feeling isolated in this town, and that young couple being so excited and in love, and all of these things, and it's beautiful, right? Like, this is forever in this moment of the beautifulness of humanity and all of its messiness. But then the game doesn't just stick there, it also gives us this larger connection to the all, right? To the everything. It gives us this sense that we are connected to all the stars. Good stories, good movies, etc. are stories about people, not things, not powers, not etc. Yeah. And so here we have, and the thing is, I'm thinking about the ways in which this game spends so much time on the little details, right? It makes sure that the glass is frosted in those window panes for the doors. It cares about the smoke on the cigar. It cares about the drawings made by kids. It cares about getting all the flowers. Like, all of these small little details about this world and about the people's lives and about the sound. It wants to make it as real as possible, that you can feel like you're there, so that this becomes something really profound, I think, in a way. I had to clip something that was just such a good explanation of the game. Oh, thank you for the clip. Thank you for the clip. I'm so excited to see it. The things humans do, right? And then allowing I think it's sort of like maybe the merging of the micro and the macro into one, right? So it's no longer a binary between micro and macro, right? Between mind, body, between head and heart. It is when you realize that they're all connected. That this little place, Yawton, in Shropshire, is the actual entire universe. Okay, really, I'm signing off, everyone. So, I'm Trooper SJP. I want to thank you for having been here through the stream and being through this experience. It's very emotional and really thoughtful. And, yes. So, I'm Trooper SJP on Twitch and on YouTube. Give me a follow. Give me a subscribe. I'm the Academic Foxhole on Twitter, because this is the Academic Foxhole, and you are my battle buddies, and I appreciate it. So this was Everybody's Gone to Rapture. I don't know what I'm going to play next Saturday. Maybe Life is Strange. That'll probably be what I do. Probably Life is Strange. Don't hold me to it, but probably. And I just wanted to say that thank you for this. And if anybody's going to stream it, let me know. Everybody's Gone to Rapture, because then I want to watch them do it. Oh, good. I think Life is Strange is the next one. Is the next one for us here. I want to do something. So here's the thing. Geek Space TV. Oh, I will be streaming next Thursday. I also have a Discord, and you should join my Discord. I can't type any of my commands because I'm on a thing where I don't have stuff. But I'm on a Discord. Join the Discord if you like. Right now, so I will see you next Thursday at 6, where we are going on with Dreamfall Chapters, and then next Saturday at noon, all this Eastern Time, where we'll probably be doing Life is Strange. Oh, thank you, Esteni, for the Discord link. Thank you. Thank you so much. So, right now, what I want to do is I want to do a raid. I want to raid Geek Space TV because they're having a fundraiser all day, and they're just full of really cool people, and I really like them. So I want to give them a shout-out, but I can't do it from here. But I think I can do it from my phone. Hang out with me. Walk with me over here. Let me pick up my phone. Don't go anywhere just yet. So, I want everyone to give a raid over to... we're going to do a raid. I think I can do this from my phone. Let's see. Twitch, where are you? Here you are. I think I can do it, because I think from the app I should be able to. I'm hoping. Let's see. So we're going to do Geek Space TV. And I think it's... here's our... Let's see if this works. Here's our raid command. So that's our raid command. Oh, good. Good. Oh, good. I'm so glad. We're going to do this raid. So that's our raid command. Give them a... Let's tell them that it's a raid. And, raid... Geek Space TV. Geek Space TV. Yes. Okay, we're going to do a raid. Thank you for being here. All of you... And I just really quickly, before they pop us over, I want to thank you all for being some of the best battle buddies ever. I would not have been able to go through that experience, Everybody's Gone to Rapture, with you all, if you all were a bunch of chuckleheads. But you're not. You're really open and emotionally honest and here with me, and I really appreciated that. So thank you. I will catch you on the flip side. Everybody, let's do the raid. Thank you so much. You're the best. Bye, everybody. Thank you. Thank you.